Hello everybody, welcome to Gate Count Colombian Tropicals Nursery. Today we're going to show how this vertical system works because we've had some people asking. Right now we had a little bit of difficulty with our growth rate because there was the roof was dirty and we used translucent skylights instead of the clear, so we changed them just recently, and as you can see the lighting in here has really improved. Okay, so basically, very basically, we are trying to produce an epiphytic environment. What that means is epiphytes are plants that grow on other plants. They root into the bark and the branches of the other plants, and they grow there without soil. If you look here, you can see this Anthurium veitchi is growing with its roots exposed to the air. You can see that. The roots are very beautiful and they're out in the air. There is a very small amount of substrate right here. It's brand name Phenocol. Basically, it's an acidic foam. Okay, I'm going to lay this over here to the right because I'm making a video. I won't be able to put it back just yet. I'll just put it down here. Okay, what else are we doing? Okay, we do not spray the leaves of our plants because in Colombia and for most of the world, there is a bacteria and fungal problem that if you spray the leaves, the spore of the fungus in the air will then land on the leaves and it will cause an infection. And we don't want to infect this beautiful leaf, do we? So instead, we maintain the humidity by using a spray system inside the walls here. That's what the secret of this is. The walls have micro sprayers in the top. I'm going to attempt to come up to the top and show you that. Here we go. I think you can see it pretty well there. You see those little reddish things? They are micro sprayers. Now, when the pump activates, they will put out a spray that falls down, and as you can see here, all of the roots are exposed there and the water will fall down on them. I'm going to turn it on so you can see that. Just give me a moment. Is there a pause? Now I turned the pump on, so you should see the spray coming out up here. Some of them are a little stopped up, but the rest of them are doing pretty well. Can you see that spray coming out? Now that water falls down and drips down over the roots of the plants. You can see, I can't really remove this because it'll cause the spray to come out. I think it focuses better from the top though, so we'll show it again there. There you go. It looks like I need to reduce the flow in some other places because this should be a better spray. I think that might be what's going on today. Okay, now you can see what's happening up top. Let's look down at the bottom where it catches the water. Now, if you see, there is a half of a 4-inch PVC tube that runs along the bottom of the wall. It connects on both sides. I'm going to show you both sides. Look at that. Okay? And it catches all of the water that comes down. Then I have an elbow here that goes down. It gets reduced down and driven back into the table that I have all my plants on here. And that water will fill up here. Down in here, it fills up. This is a basin. Right there, you can see. Okay, now, Over here you can see it better. It's pouring out into it, right? And there's substrate down below there. Now, this is working like an aquarium. The substrate builds up bacteria that processes the urea of the fish. This is urine and ammonia, and turns it into nitrite and then nitrates. My plants feed on the nitrates and they grow. Now, the other nutrients that are also involved in the waste of the fish are in the water as well. And that's what I use to feed my fish. The plants. I feed the fish with the chicken food. Here's another part of this area. You can see down here we have several of these tables. This is going to be a long video. Actually, I think I'm almost done. This one is almost filled. I think it's working though. So what I'm going to show you now is how this system works. Down here, you see that is basically it's just a cup that's turned upside down. I can't pull it out because it has a suction going on right now. It's a siphon. Now, hold on, I'm going to show you. Okay, so to resume, as you can see, there's a standpipe inside here that drains the water. Now, if the water runs to below that standpipe, it'll stop, right? So we have this, which is a bell siphon. Basically, it's a cup with some cuts on the bottom of it. There's nothing really special about it. In fact, I have to modify this and put a tube on it so it lets more air in when the water stops. But what it does is, you see how that water is flowing over the standpipe and into the tube. When that water fills this bell siphon up, it causes an automatic suction, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why. I'm going to take you over to a place that shows the bones of this. Actually, that's not working now. I got to get it going. There it goes. That's why I said I need to modify it a little bit. Over here, these aquariums, you see I got a lot of extra growth going on here. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So as you can see on the bottom of these tanks, this is the other end of the automatic siphon. It gives a long drop and a run, a horizontal run, and then drainage. Now what this does is when this pipe fills up, it causes a suction that causes the siphon to activate, and then it will drain all of the water out of that that container. So basically it's really simple, but to put all this together is a little bit complicated to think up. Now all these tanks you see here, and I'm going to turn off the big pump. All these tanks you see here, I'll show you in a minute, they all have different types of fish. I'm going to pause this. If you look down in here, I think you can see the swordtail mollies. You see those down there? Beautiful little fish. Those are the engine of my whole system. They eat the chicken food in a powder form, and it produces all the nitrates and everything that the plants need. And here are some goldfish. There's different varieties of goldfish in each of these tanks. This one is still, so you can see down in the bottom there. Look at that, big old goldfish. honestly, there's not enough fish in this system. It needs a few more because I have a lot of plants. Right there. There we go. So basically, these fish eat, they poop. Oh, how did that happen? You see this tube here? One of my recovery tubes was pulled out and draining all my water on the floor. Okay, so that's basically how this works. Now you see these tables, they're covered in layers or sheets of phenol. This is the foamy stuff I was telling you about. This right here. Now we're gonna change this to a piece of plastic that goes over here with holes in it that will hold these pots at very small intervals, probably about an inch between them, because this is holding too much water and the seeds aren't doing that well. I'm going to show you with these pots. They do really, really well. You see that? Rooting out. Look at that. They're just growing roots out. And that's our whole concentration here. We concentrate on growing roots because when we export, we want the beautiful plants we have to arrive with healthy roots. Okay, so that's the basic idea. Now, to get more technical, here, it emptied out. The siphon emptied it out, as you can see. Over here, you'll see the sump tank where my pumps are. All right, and there's my water pumps. And the whole wonderful skeleton of this whole system. All of those go to different tables and different tanks. And all the seeds we have here, look at this. We got seedlings for days. Lots and lots and lots of seedlings. Okay, so the basic idea here is to work an aquarium type system. It's aquaculture mixed with hydroponics. We get the nutrients for our hydroponics from the fish. Makes it a natural, renewable system. And the food we give to the fish is actually a powder that we sift off of our quail food, which we're raising quail for eggs and for meat. So most of this operates on waste, which is awesome. Okay, so any more questions, let me know in the comments and I will address them. Have a wonderful day.